I mentioned it to you yesterday. When we deployed the SYNCOM, we felt just a little bit of thud when it left. The Telstar felt like the SBS did the other day. That was a little bit of a jolt.
Roger, copy that, Steve.
John, I'll let you watch this as long as you want, and then I'll switch over to the PKM burn.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Okay, John, just for you, we have configured the arm, and I'll see if you can figure out what this is here.
This is a test. Roger, it's a nice 41D.
D for Discovery.
Roger that.
Now we're trying to show you the PLT, but he's kind of dark.
We're glad you're doing that. Steve, he looks real good. We were about to ask you to do that.
John, as you can see, Mike decided he was going to take over. He's now the commander and Henry's the pilot.
Roger, we were wondering if they were going to do entry that way.
In the foreground here we have Mission Specialist Mike Mullane. It's at the aft flight deck. And also Judy Resnick, also at the aft flight deck. This is Mission Control, 2 days, 2 hours, 13 minutes mission elapsed time. Television from orbit through the KU band of the Tracking Data Relay satellite. Shuttle is on orbit 34, running parallel to the northeast coast of South America, just off over into the Atlantic. Standing by for the 2-engine ohms burn to recircularize the orbit. About a minute and a half away. And if we're fortunate here, we may be able to see the ohms engines light off in about a minute. We're 30 seconds away from the ignition of the ohms engines. Previous shuttle astronauts have indicated that normally you just see a momentary flash as the engines light off. Normally you would not see the full burn of the engines. 3 seconds. And then we had the flash as the ohms engines ignited. And the burn is in progress. Propulsion's officer reports that the burn looks good.
This is Huntsville Operations. We are currently receiving live downlink television from the spacecraft, and we anticipate here shortly to be able to see from this view the extension of the solar array wing. During this extension, it will be extended to approximately 73 feet, about 70% of its full 10-story capability, this being the first extension of the wing during this mission. And this particular extension, and which will be followed by, within about 10 minutes, by a retraction, is designed to gather data on how the wing extends and retracts. And now visible in the field of view, in the left of the field of view, is the solar array as it is slowly extended at approximately 1.5 inches per second. The dark area is the folded array blanket panels, Kapton panels. They unfold in an accordion fashion. And near the top of the field of view is the tip of the extension mast. In the field of view, two white circles, which are targets used by the cameras mounted in the cargo bay during future tests when the array will be excited by the firing of the reaction control system. These circular targets are designed to provide the capability to actually document the motion and measure the dynamics of the array wing.
Discovery Houston, handing over to Tidris.
Discovery, roger.
The array is fully extended to 70% of its length, or about 73 feet, and the crew shortly will begin to pull it back down. They reported that it took 9 minutes, 19 seconds to deploy it, which folks here on the ground agree is a good time.
We've got television back, and it looks up and big.
Roger that, Dick.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're seeing South America now as Orbital Discovery passes along the coast. That looks to be the southern Andes. And again, this is live payload bay television through the tracking data relay satellite. We're looking from the elbow camera on the remote manipulator arm.
And Discovery Houston, we've got a real pretty picture of the Earth.
Okay, Dick, that's good to hear.